I know this kind of looks like alcohol, but it's just tea. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Hello to the internet. My name's Craig Montgomery, and we're here today to talk about the things that make you say, "Who even am I?" And today we're not really talking about much. We're gonna stream of consciousness some stuff because I don't have a lot of juju in me. So, meh. Oh. Had a bit of a week. Not really for a particular reason. Just kind of, I guess, was one of those weeks where my energy levels were kind of low and don't have a lot of juice in me to think of many things, and that's okay. I think that's kind of what I want to say. It's probably the thing I find myself saying the most to my friends and stuff, is just in terms of is that it is okay. It's okay for things to be hard. It's okay for things to not quite work out sometimes. um, and that's the thing I typically have the most difficulty telling myself, which is kind of what I'm going through with this, with just feeling like with feeling my energy levels low and not feeling like I have a lot of creativity in me, especially when I've made a commitment to do a video every week and I get to the point to film and I'm like, I don't really have anything to say, or I don't want to say the things I have to say. Or even in other parts of my life, it can be a little difficult to allow myself to have a hard time with it. But it's not always easy, and it doesn't always work. It's the way of things. I think about that a lot. The fact that sometimes things don't work and why. And I can't really say that I have any polished thoughts or any nuggets of wisdom about it, because it just, I don't know. I guess there's really no rhyme or reason to it, and there's nothing to be discovered there. It just sometimes doesn't work. Some days I can get up and it's great, and I have lots of ideas, and it's fun. And then some days I don't. And then, like this, sometimes I have words and I feel like I can string them together really well, and I can get my thoughts expressed, and I feel really good about the way that I'm able to communicate. And then sometimes I feel like I can't put two words together that make sense in a row at all, like that. Wow. That was not okay. What I'm trying to get at is sometimes it's going to be hard, sometimes it's not going to quite work out, and it doesn't have to be dramatic or for a reason. It just kind of isn't, and it's okay. And if you keep breathing and keep moving along and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and doing the things you need to do, it'll pass. And I think that that's normal. And I think the reason I feel like it's important to say that is more for my past self, and I guess for anyone who might be in a place like my past self. I used to get really scared and discouraged when this would happen, when I would kind of hit a little bit of a slump, because it made me think that terrible things were coming, or I was never going to get the spark back, I guess, if that makes sense. And something I've just realized with time is that this happens from season to season every now and then. And it's the less pressure I put on it, usually the easier it is for me to move through it, and it's not a big deal. I think it's very natural. I think that it's just something that the human experience provides to us. Just kind of, like I said, seasons, a little bit of seasons of energy, and I guess I just want to normalize that a little bit. I want to speak to it, to name it, and tell myself it's okay, and express to you guys that it's okay. I think it's, I guess, really speaking against sort of the happiness complex that we have in America, where we think that happy is the only option and everything needs to be fun and exciting and great. And if it isn't, then it's problematic and should be fixed. And one, that's not really possible. Not everything can work. Slash, some things shouldn't work, and it's a good thing that they don't. I mean, we've all been in an experience where we can look back on something that we really, really wanted in the moment and it didn't happen, and we can be grateful that we are now in a situation where that thing didn't happen. You know, that's not an uncommon experience. So it's a good thing that sometimes things slow down and sometimes things don't work out. I guess just to say that it's really nice when things are great and when things feel good, but that doesn't come with the followed expectation that that's how it needs to be all of the time. And I think that that's something that gets easier as you get more comfortable with yourself. Because I can sit in this space and I can be comfortable here, not comfortable enough to want to stay here for, like ever, but I'm comfortable enough to not feel scared. I'm comfortable enough to be able to, I guess, savor the slowness of it so that it doesn't feel like wasted time. I don't really have much else to dig into, so it's okay. I think is the biggest thing. It seems like such I guess a placating notion. And I remember before kind of having an understanding of it's okay for myself personally. I had a really hard time hearing it from other people when they would try to normalize something that was difficult, because it felt very dramatic. My emotions were very big and the situation was extreme and problematic and I needed a solution. And if someone would try to normalize it for me or try to tell me that it's okay, that it's hard, it didn't really feel like it touched me. And I think that's because, I guess, I don't know how universal it is. It may have just been a personal experience, but it was difficult to, I guess, like I hinted at before, it was difficult to not feel like it was gonna stay that way and that it was, a problem that needed to be fixed. Yeah, so that it's really, I think, understanding that it'll pass. This too shall pass, as the saying goes, is a really actually powerful statement, and that's something that sticks with me frequently, because emotions can feel sticky, and they can feel sometimes, I mean, depending on how dramatic it is, it can feel permanent. And that's never the case. Nothing is permanent. It's okay to feel blasé. Oh my god. Yeah, so I guess that's all I wanted to say and ramble about a little bit. Wherever you are, I celebrate you, and I hope that you can find peace to sit with it and celebrate it or understand it or dig into it. Whatever you need to do for the things you're going through right now. I hope you can find it in yourself to do those things. Okay, bye.